Hey guys, welcome back. My channel has been exuding a whole lot of positive vibes lately, just oozing sugary goodness. Play how you like, use the weapons you love. And I mean all that, but I feel like you can't have sugar without some salt. After all, peanut M&Ms are the best kind, don't at me, you know it's true. So just for today, I'm going to make a purely negative video on one of TF2's most purely obnoxious weapons, the Natascha. I cannot stand this thing. It's not only annoying, but I think it runs counter to TF2's entire philosophy of promoting skill-based movement and DM as opposed to random spam. Heavy has always been powerful when he's in the right place at the right time. He's vulnerable when moving around, eating a sandwich, or trudging back to the battlefield. But if he gets to the front lines without being stabbed, he can set up in a good spot and just mow down people for days. The skill with Heavy comes from knowledge, game sense, and tracking. Heavy is slow, so it's rewarding to know what's coming and prepare accordingly. If you know where the entire enemy team is and where they're going, you can easily put yourself in a position to wipe out at least half of them. Good tracking is needed because Heavy uses a minigun, which is a beast when it comes to damage, but struggles at long range and against fast targets like scout or rocket jumping soldiers. If you have good tracking and positioning as Heavy, suddenly he doesn't seem so underpowered. He looks like the simplest class on the surface, but actually takes the most knowledge to be successful. Why am I saying all this? Because the reason I despise the Natascha is that it knocks out one of the key differences between an okay Heavy and a great one: tracking. The Natascha turns tracking enemies into easy mode since each bullet is guaranteed to slow whoever it hits down to a crawl. You know how easy it is to shoot a Heavy? Well, with the Natascha, every enemy is as slow as a Heavy. You don't need skill or even eyes to kill people with this thing. You just need them to exist on your screen for a second or so and they won't be able to escape. Look at that. That is nasty. In general, the Natascha is what the community would call a crutch. It helps bad players get kills because instead of tracking them properly with a stock or Tomislav, you just hit them a few times and then no longer need to aim much at all since the enemy is basically as slow as you. In this game, movement is king. Good movement means being able to rocket jump, trick stab, and dodge enemy fire. In a match between equals, the person with better movement will generally win. But with the Natascha, you just drag everyone down to your level and simply say no to them moving at all. There's no skill involved in using it, and there's no skill involved in fighting it. Anytime I come up against a Natascha Heavy, all my knowledge of movement, all my muscle memory and skill is negated because the Heavy is using the right weapon? What is this, Overwatch? I'm sorry, I thought rock, paper, scissors was bad game design. I thought it was important for any class of sufficient skill to be able to defeat any other. What is the point of getting good at the game at all if the enemy can just deny your ability to move? It's true that the Natascha slowdown effect is bugged and that sometimes spamming A and D can remove the slowdown, but 1, I shouldn't be forced to abuse bugs to win, and 2, even if that was fully reliable, the Natascha would still run counter to this game's whole design. And don't even get me started on the damage penalty, as if that even matters in the vast majority of situations. On average, you hit more shots than with stock, plus each individual bullet from the minigun does pitiful damage anyway, so removing 25% damage from each bullet does almost nothing. A percentage of a small number is an even smaller number. Hey look, I top scored. I'm not showing you this because I'm proud. I'm showing you how easy it is for even a non-heavy main to dominate games just by picking the correct weapon. It needs a rework. But what kind of rework? Luckily, I have an idea that would make Natascha both fun for the user and fun to fight against. Here's the rework idea. The Natascha now has one upside. On hit, you have a 100% chance to speed yourself up to normal walking speed for 1 second, even while revved. The two downsides are a 30% wider bullet spread and 50% less ammo on wearer, so you only have 100 bullets max in the minigun. This would transform the Natascha into a terrifying chaser minigun, where as long as you're hitting the enemy, you can move at normal walk speed and run them down. But you can't do it forever. The increased spread would force you to fight at close range, and the reduced ammo would force you to think tactically and choose your targets well, not just killing everyone everywhere, although if you pick up ammo from your victims, you could keep the chain going, I guess. This would make the Natascha balanced and situational, instead of just being good all the time, everywhere, and most importantly, fun for both the user and the person fighting them. That's the video. I got all the salt out of my system, so expect some sugar next time. Like, subscribe, and get out. Video's over.